Good evening, Jarvis.
Sir?
You seem to have put on a bit of weight.
Master Richard! Why, that's quite a beard. I could have passed you in the street. Lady Eleanor will be pleased to learn you're home. It's been almost 2 years this time. She's missed you.
How is she, Jarvis?
You admit it. So it is you he was writing to.
Edward.
Yes, what is it?
Richard! Oh, Richard! Oh.
You look wonderful.
What did I interrupt?
It's all right, Richard. There's nothing.
If you've laid a hand on her...
Should have been a horsewhip.
You bastard.
Well, the final irony. This little bastard is casting the first stone. Go ahead, Eleanor. Tell him what he interrupted. Tell this untidy vagabond who his real father is.
Richard. Your father is Lord Bellicis, my cousin.
I should have known you were no son of mine. There is nothing in your bearing or appearance that fits the mold. Nothing in you that gives me pride.
Sir Edward, you'll never know how pleased I am to learn that I'm not your son.
I want this vagrant out of my sight and out of my house.
But Edward, why punish him? He's done nothing.
You will change your name, and under no circumstance will you ever make claim to mine. The instant I hear of someone calling himself Richard Devine, that day your mother's name will become a public scandal. You know me. I keep my word.
Well, don't misunderstand me, Richard. I'm delighted to see you. I just don't quite understand what prompted this visit.
I'm leaving the country for quite a long time, Lord Bellicis.
Well, you've travelled abroad before without feeling the need to bid me farewell.
I've quarreled with my father. And before I left, I wanted at least to take your good wishes with me on my journey.
My good wishes? Has she told you, Richard?
Told me what?
You quarrelled with Sir Edward, you said. What was the cause?
Just a family quarrel.
The 66 will do it, lad. Well thrown. No. No, that was worth far more than a shilling. The last relic of a once generous inheritance. Everything else has disappeared across the gaming tables.
Your good wishes are enough.
Take it, Richard. I never knew why I made sure that this, of all our family treasures, would survive. It must have been for just this moment. Perhaps it will bring you the luck which has evaded me.
the dockmaster. Louisa sailing. Over there. Must be sails on the next tide.
You sure? Take a close look.
That's him, all right.
You said before that the bloke was at the other end of the dock.
That was hours ago, before the dockmaster started signing on crew for the East India trader.
Now, you know what to say.
Watch the gangway.
Did you drop this, sailor? It was here on the ground.
Why, yes, thank you.
I'm afraid, sir, I'll have to ask you to identify it.
I just, bought it tonight. Haven't really had a chance to look at it.
I'm sorry, sir, but you'll have to come along with us to make a full report.
What's all this about?
You didn't actually lose your watch, sailor. Toby here picked your pocket.
That's all right, Constable. I'm not really interested in bringing charges.
Well, you look at who's talking about charges. That's him, all right. He's the bloke what did the killing.
You're under arrest for murder and robbery.
Murder?
Lord Bellises was killed this afternoon. And since you seem to be in possession of his watch... What's your name?
If I hear of someone calling himself Richard Devine, your mother's name...
Dawes. Rufus Dawes.
Rufus Dawes, having been found not guilty of the charge of murder, but guilty of the crime of theft, you are hereby sentenced to be transported beyond the seas to such a place as His Majesty shall direct and appoint, for the term of your natural life.
All right. First lot up. Oh, my back. I see that I laid it up.
Here, you! I mean you, prisoner! Get away from the hatch! touch a damned hat when I address you, do you hear? Insolent blackguards.
Why did you move, Dawes? You were nowhere near the hatch.
Thought he was a sailor, Dawes. How come you don't know where the hatch is?
Sailor? The newspaper said he was a butcher.
It's Purfoy. It's Purfoy. Catch. Hi, Miss Purfoy. Hi.
Miss Purfoy,
Lieutenant,
is there something I could do for you?
you might get us a more favorable wind. This voyage could take forever.
Would that be so bad?
I prefer to feel I'm getting somewhere.
I would prefer to feel that as well, Sarah.
Look at her. Talking to the lieutenant and playing with a bloody kid. Don't think she's gonna do it.
Patience, mate. When the time is ripe, she'll let us know. We can't just...
You all right, Daddy Jack?
It's the damn motion. My feet were never meant to leave the good soil of England.
Aren't you playing, Miss Purfoy? Did you really carve up that bloke, mister? You can tell me, mister. I ain't no bleeding informer.
I'm sure you're not.
Me brother hushed a copper last year. But he wasn't lucky like you. They hanged him.
What's your name, boy?
They call me the Blinker.
How long are you being transported for?
7 years. Just for pinching a bloody shirt. The bloody fence only give me a tenner for.
It's not that bad, Blinker. Stay out of trouble and you can get a ticket of leave in 4 years.
How old will I be in 4 years?
Can't you do sums? Would you like to learn?
Learn what?
To do sums.
What for?
So the fence can't cheat you anymore.
Yeah.
One plus 1 equals 2.
All right, prisoners. Time's up. Come on, lads. Come on.
Here. Catch it. Oops. Sorry.
Thank you.
Can you come and play too, Miss Purfoy?
No.
Why not, Miss Purfoy? It would be my pleasure to escort you two lovely ladies around the deck of this fashionable cruise ship.
Who are you?
Rufus Dawes, sailor. At your service, madam. Would you care to dine with me tonight at the captain's table? I could arrange it.
I'm sure you could.
What the devil are you doing on the quarterdeck? I've a good mind to give you 50.
You coward.
Stand easy, Jordan. Sir? Step aside, you idiot. I don't need your protection. All right, prisoner. Man to man. No rank. Come on. Come on. Come on, man. Who's the coward now?
Get on with it, Dawes. It's officer's order.
You're a fool, Dawes.
What's going on here, Lieutenant?
They're fighting, Papa.
He was on the quarterdeck, sir. I can't have prisoners running all over the ship.
He struck you?
No charges, sir. It was off record.
What are you doing here, man?
He was just giving me back my ball, Papa.
What's your name, prisoner?
Rufus Dawes, sir.
That'll be all, Dawes.
Come on, you lot. Move it down, then. Come on up. Move it down. Come on.
It's a long, hard road, Dawes. I think you just took a wrong fork.
I can't seem to get past mentioning Van Diemen's Land. I mean, how can I expect my sister to know what I'm talking about?
If she's curious, she'll find out.
Well, has anyone seen the place? It's only by hearsay we know it exists.
It exists, all right. As solid and green as England itself.
But why that particular colony? Even America would have been more bearable. Curse the British for losing that war.
A soldier goes where he's ordered.
I think you wanted the post as a commandant of a penal colony. It's a challenge to your humanitarianism.
My humanitarianism was put more to the test in London. There's constant rounds of garrison balls, society dinners. Why don't you bring your guitar to dinner tonight? The music would cheer us up. This long voyage has depressed us all. I shudder to think how it affects the convicts in the hold.
Perhaps I should play for them.
That's not such an outrageous idea. Do them good to forget for a moment they're being transported to a prison colony.
I would like to forget, too. Did it ever occur to you that we're sentenced to the same fate? Although for the life of me, I cannot recall what my crime was.
Jesus! Is that hot? We better get the doctor, Dandy.
Shut your mouth.
fine by the morning.
I see curves look better than you do right now that didn't make it to the morning. I say we get the doctor to fix you up.
What happens if he puts me in sick bay? Hey, Jimmy. Who's going to handle the Nick?
Daddy Jack's right. He's in sick bay. He ain't gonna be with us. She pulls out, right? Right. It don't work without Sarah.
Blokes just make a rotten mess of it. All I need is a good night's sleep.
Charming, my dear.
This has turned out to be a very pleasant evening. Good food, good brandy, and Mrs. Vickers' entertainment. You run a comfortable ship, Captain Blunt.
Thank my crew, Mr. Frere. They take pride in keeping the Malabar as cozy as a passenger's own home.
I don't think you'd get all the passengers to agree with that.
Let's not spoil the mood, Dr. Pine. Those prisoners aren't supposed to be comfortable.
Excuse me, madam, but Miss Sylvia is ready to be tucked in.
Thank you, Sarah. Would you take my guitar to my cabin? Gentlemen, good night.
Good night, gentlemen.
Well, I think I'll go on deck for a smoke. Excuse me.
Let me pass, Captain Blunt. Please.
What'll you give me? Should be worth something, little lady.
Thank you, Doctor.
She's a fine piece of goods, eh? Spice of the devil in her, too.
You seem rather taken with her.
Nonsense. I'm too old for that sort of thing. What is it?
If you please, Doctor. One of the prisoners is taken sick. And since the dinner's over and he's pretty bad, I've ventured to disturb Your Honor.
You ass. Why didn't you call me immediately?
How are your battle injuries, Mr. Bully?
It's lucky for Dawes that the Major came along when he did.
Were you worried that one man could take over the ship? Though he is quite a man. Don't you agree, Lieutenant?
He's a troublemaker. He broke the rules, and I'm here to keep them.
According to the King's regulations. There. You look quite handsome now without that silly scowl.
You're a strange girl, Sarah. I can't make you out.
There's nothing to make out.
Why would a girl like you be going to Van Diemen's Land? What could interest you there?
Same as you, probably. I love the excitement of a new adventure.
You're the loveliest woman I've ever met.
Cool tonight, Mr. Frere?
Yes.
3 minutes to 8. Almost time for your changing of the guard, isn't it, Mr. Frere? I hope you didn't think me rude in the cuddy tonight, did you?
Captain Blunt, you're about to do a very silly thing.
What?
How old are you?
50, if you must know.
And you were going to fall in love with a girl of 19.
I'm half in love with you already.
Then don't get to the other half or you may regret it.
Come on, give me that kiss I was going to ask you for.
Stop it! You make love like a schoolboy. If you can make me like you, then I'll kiss you often as you please.
Is that you, Blunt? Blunt?
Yes?
I think we've got the fever aboard.
Is the convict that's sick?
Who else? They're reeking like bullocks down there.
Are you sure it's the fever?
Head like a fireball, tongue like a strip of leather.
Let's throw him overboard before he contaminates the whole damn ship.
Good God, Captain. That's barbaric.
I'm just trying to protect the rest of us.
No one goes overboard unless they're dead. And only when I certify them dead.
At least move him away from the others.
That's already been done. I doubt if he'll be the last. Keep a calm face on it, or we'll have a full-scale panic on our hands.
Did Dr. Pine say someone was sick?
Oh, just a convict.
Which one?
Does it matter? Nothing for you to worry about. I've been on ships with the fever before. Might knock off a few dozen convicts, that's all. What's the matter? You're not feeling ill, are you?
Just a slight toothache.
I've got some laudanum in my cabin. Good, strong stuff. Come on down. I'll fix your toothache.
Thank you. But first I must attend to Miss Sylvia.
Sarah.
I've got something for you.
It's the same as they have upstairs, so it won't hurt you.
That's prime.
I dare say. Brandy is all you men understand.
Not me. I understand something else, I can tell you.
No, that's quite close enough. You're only a common soldier, Miles, and you mustn't make love to me.
I'll make love to you. What'd you come to see me for, then?
What a practical animal you are. I just saw the doctor leave. Who's in the sick bay?
Just a prisoner.
I want to go in.
Against doctor's orders.
Nonsense.
It ain't nonsense. There's a convict brought in tonight. No one's to go near him.
Please.
Don't ask me again. Against orders.
Very well. Mr. Frere will let me go in, I dare say, if I ask him.
Damn Mr. Frere. Go on in if you like. I won't stop you. Sarah. Sarah.
I'll remain till 8 o'clock tomorrow night. After that, my love, you'll be sleeping with me in the captain's cabin.
Multiplication's not hard, Blinker. It's just another way of adding. See, 3 times 2 is the same as adding 2 and 2 and 2.
You sick or something, Mr. Dawes?
I just didn't get much sleep. If I got 4 hours of sleep each night for 2 nights, how much sleep did I get?
Eight hours. Will you still teach me when we get where we're going?
Afraid not, Blinker. They keep the boys at a camp near Hobart Town. The rest of us are going on to the other side of the island, to a place called Macquarie Harbour.
When I get my ticket of leave, will you still be there?
Tell you what, Blinker. The first one who gets his ticket of leave will request the other one as convict labour.
Then if I get out first, you'll be working for me.
Look at her, feeding the bloody birds like she's in Hyde Park. I reckon we can pull it off without her. I reckon we can get her asses shut off. Get off it, Thomas. That's mine.
Manna from heaven, Jemmy. Belongs to the Israelites.
I'll make sure they get it.
in the hole. Come on, keep it moving. Move along there. Come on. All right, move on down now. Into your bunks. Come on, settle down. Stay on the back. Just get up there in a minute. Move along, man. Come on, get back in there. Come on, noise, will you? Come on.
You read it, Jimmy?
£8 tonight. Sentry will be safe, and Lieutenant Frere will be out of the way. Be ready for the key.
That's it then.
England, home and beauty.
Doors. You read the note. The fact is, we're taking over the ship. Can we count on you?
For what?
For after. You were a sailor. We're gonna need someone to sail the ship. What do you say?
What do we do with them?
We just trade places with them. We goes up, they comes down.
No. We don't want no one left alive to tell the story.
But these women aboard, the little girl.
Little girls have got big mouths. Ain't heard your vote yet, Dawes. Are you with us?
Gambit? I wouldn't be with you at a cockfight.
You gone and killed him?
He's got the fever.
What?
see you men already know what I've come to tell you.
You're looking well today. Positively lovely, in fact.
You've told me that so often. Have you nothing else to say?
Except that I love you.
That's no news. I know you do.
Why, damn it, Sarah. What's the point in teasing a fellow this way?
Perhaps it's because an important fellow like you has too many things to think of. You've no time to spare for me.
But damn it, Sarah, you won't let me spare.
It's just that I have my work to do during the day. But I can come to your cabin tonight at 7:45.
But we changed the guard at 8. Come at 8:30.
See, you don't have time for me. Attend to your guard, then.
But Sarah, consider.
As if a woman in love ever considers.
In love? A 7:45, then.
Shh. Here comes that stupid captain.
Did you take the laudanum?
Some of it. I'll return the bottle. Tonight, if you like.
What time?
7. Leave your door ajar.
Rex. John Rex. Rex. Wake up. Rex. Rex. You've got to stop the mutiny.
Mutiny.
They're going to kill everyone. When is it happening? I'll kill the little girl. Rex. When is it happening? When?
The night. 8.
It appears to be under control. Not many down, and none of them seem to be worsening. Oh, damn, I spoke too soon.
Guards.
Poor fellas. Nothing more you can do for them?
About what we're doing. Keep them comfortable, watch out for dehydration, and a bit of prayer.
Tonight. Doctor.
What is it, Dawes?
Here we are. Steady. Steady.
Tonight. 8 o'clock. Mutiny.
He's raving. They drifted in and out of consciousness.
I'm not that sure.
That tickles. If you can't kiss me properly, like a man, then I won't come back later.
I don't like this at all. I say we should tell the prisoners that we're on to their mutiny.
For all we know, there may be no mutiny. Just the ravings of one feverish convict. You may well be putting an idea into their heads.
But if there is a mutiny afoot,
Can we tell him it's been discovered? They just deny it, cancel their plans, and try again at another opportunity.
Oh, Sarah. I didn't really believe you'd come.
I couldn't have stayed away if I tried.
Come. Sit beside me.
Don't be so rough. I don't like rough lovers.
Then you've had lovers. I'm not the first, eh?
Now, Jimmy. Tell him.
Myself and my friend here are going to take the ship for you. Those what would like to join us, they better speak at once. It's all arranged. When they comes down for the night.
Stop the guffing and get to business. Tell him you can either like it or lump it, but we means to have the ship. And that refuses to join us gets chucked overboard.
Get to us. We'll be free. It's too dangerous. What if it doesn't work?
Morris, I love you. I really do love you.
Stand by. Come it. When the door opens, we rush out. Up the hatch. Onto the deck. Before the guards know where we are. Drag them back into the prison. Grab the arms rack. And it's all over. What about the sentry outside the prison door? His gun's been spiked.
Stand from the door, Miles.
No, Morris. Don't leave me now. Not now.
There's something going on.
It's been nothing as usual. See? It's quiet now. It's just a door slamming.
Sarah, you're getting in the way.
Morris, please. Morris, no!
Don't kill him! All right, Major. Call your soldier boys off.
Your attention, gentlemen. The howitzer is primed and ready. I call on you to surrender. You have exactly 1 minute.
The Major here, Doctor. That gun goes off. He's dead.
Hear that?
What you do without your Major?
Start the count, Dr. Pine.
10 seconds.
Surrender, mates, for God's sake. We'll be blown to bits.
Call him off, Major. Oh, so help me.
You'll fire at the count of 60, Dr. Pine. That's an order.
40 seconds.
We can't win this one.
50 seconds.
Wait, Doctor.
We surrender. You speak for your comrades?
All prisoners, back to your bunks.
You bastard!
We would have been free. Stand the guard down. Mutiny's over.
I'd like to know how the deuce Captain Blood managed to sleep through.
Is it over? I hid in this cabin when I heard the fighting.
Yes, it's all over now, Miss Purfoy. You're quite safe.
We will steward the changing of the guard tonight, Freya. I take it
That is what occupied you. That infernal woman is all over the whole ship. I wonder if she had anything to do with the mutiny.
Why would she be involved?
The men will confess before morning. Then we'll see what it was all about.
Mr. Freya, to miss the guard change at normal times is bad enough, but...
No excuse, sir. It's just that...
The no excuse will suffice, Mr. Freya. But I cannot allow this incident to go unremarked. When we arrive in Hobart Town, I will arrange to have your posting changed to Maria Island. Nothing will be entered in your record. Only you and I will know the posting is by way of reprimand.
Rex sent word. It weren't the girl's fault things got mucked up. It was that...
Here, you. Shut your mouth or damn I'll shut it for you.
Matthew Gabbett, Jeremy Veg. This will not be regarded as a court of law, merely a preliminary inquiry. You'll be charged and tried when we drop off at Hobart Town. Do you understand that? Good. But you, as the ringleaders, will be charged with mutiny, a hanging offense. Do either of you have anything to say?
That's 2 dead of the typhus already. And that's not the end of it, is it, sir? We're very sorry, and we hope to be forgiven. But it was... the typhus drove us to it.
Yes, I'm sure it was, but that's not what I meant. I want the names of any accomplices, either in the prison or outside.
There was one other, sir. The one what planned the whole thing.
I see. And who might that be?
Rufus Dawes, sir.
Rufus Dawes, prisoner of the Crown. On your feet.
Inside!
6 months in solitary is a hard road. But mutiny is a capital offense. I trust that you think yourself lucky that the court in Hobart chose not to hang you. The next part of your punishment starts immediately. 6 months at hard labor. You'll work in the lime pits, the forge, the lumber camp, and the saw pits. I'd like to remind you all that escape from this island is impossible. There are no restrictions placed on dreams. Yours? The mind is free to wander. The body, I assure you, will remain here. I like to consider myself a fair man, so I've decided to forgive your third punishment and strike the irons. That'll be all.
All right, let's get going. I didn't hear the Major scotch the work details.
Safer in solitary, Dawes.
Keep moving. I'll take care of this one.
Yeah, give Lieutenant Big one stroke. That'll get him back on his feet.
Hey, Brewer, when you dump the log, I want you men back here for a digging detail. he dead? By the time you've dug the grave, he will be.
Should be your initials he's carving their doors.
Don't worry, Jimmy. They will be. Real soon.
You'll be needing this, Dawes.
Come on, keep it moving, prisoner.
I see nothing here about the prisoner's condition.
No permanent damage. The Dawes will be in hospital for at least 6 weeks.
I want a procedure chart drawn up for the lumber camp. We must insure against this type of accident.
There's been 2 other accidents involving Dawes in the past 6 months, sir. Appears to me like he's not too popular with the other prisoners, if you know what I mean, Major.
Not popular? But he was their leader in that mutiny.
Well, then maybe it's just my imagination, sir. Maybe it was just another accident. They seem to happen here rather a lot.
Come along.
Major doesn't like the look of this. He wants a real English garden. Think you can do it?
I can try.
Then you're off all other duties. You're to stay with it until the Major is satisfied.
I do not like it at all, Jason.
Why, I think he's done miracles with that patch of dirt in 1 year.
You know what I mean. I do not like the way that Sylvia is attracted to him.
She certainly finds him amusing.
Would you still look after my garden if you were a free man, Mr. Dawes?
I made some promises. When I'm free, I'm going back to England. To build you a fine boat. I will name it the Sylvia, and I'll fill it with beautiful flowers and sail it back to you.
A floating garden.
It'll be more famous than the Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
What's that?
Tutor Sylvia, Jason, you can't be serious.
Well, since Sarah went to her farm, Sylvia's had no one. This fellow's obviously been educated. Listen to his diction.
He's a convict. A murderer, a thief, and a mutineer, from what I understand.
He was acquitted of the murder of Lord Bellasis. And I now have serious doubts as to his involvement in the mutiny.
Well, that only leaves him a thief. What will he teach her, then? How to steal?
Looks like you've had a good season at the farm, Miss Purple.
Not really. It's difficult for a woman alone to work that much land.
Your supply of fruit seems fine to me, Sarah. Just ripe for the picking. Anytime you need help.
Should have help. In fact, you're the only settler without convict labor. But we must choose carefully. Here's one you won't have much trouble with.
I don't think I'll get much work out of him either.
Maybe you're right.
That one certainly looks fit enough.
Bad record. Not eligible for work outside the penal settlement.
The one at the bellows looks fit. Is he a murderer or anything like that?
Harmless swindler. Been a model prisoner. Yes. John Rex is an excellent choice.
The ancient Greeks believed that roses were formed from sea foam, dripping from the body of Aphrodite when she was born from the waves.
Who is Aphrodite?
A very beautiful lady. And I'll plant a bush, especially for you.
It's the ladybird. My history book will be on it. And Papa's chess set. I love it when the ship comes in. There are always lots of nice surprises.
I've been looking forward to my posting here. Although I don't regret that 3 years on Maria Island. Gave me a chance to work out my theories on convict discipline.
I am glad that Governor Arthur has seen fit to send you here to help out Jason. The settlement has grown considerably, and it's really too much just for one man.
What news from Hobart Town, Mr. Frere?
The governor's got his hands full with the new settlers, I can tell you. But for my liking, he's a little too easy with the convicts. Gives out too many tickets of leave. I like to make sure that my prisoners earn theirs.
What is happening back home in England?
Lord knows. What with an 18-year-old girl on the throne. Why, hello, little Miss Sylvia. Come and give me a kiss.
Who is he, Papa?
You remember me. I used to play with you on the boat. You liked me.
Yes, I do remember you. But you didn't play with me, and I didn't like you.
You don't remember me. What's my name?
Lieutenant Morris Frere. You knocked down a prisoner who picked up my ball. How dare you laugh at me? If I were Papa, I'd give you half an hour at the triangles.
Yeah.
Oh, if you'd like to smoke, Mr. Frere, let's go out on the veranda.
What's that out there? It's like a fire on that rock.
It is a fire. Grummet rock is our substitute for flogging. When a man gets impossible to handle, he's put in a boat with light provisions, he's rowed out to Grummet Rock and left there entirely alone for a period. There's a man out there now.
Sounds more like a holiday to me.
You should try it, Mr. Frere. I sometimes feel that loneliness is the ultimate punishment.
The change in a man after a month or so on Grummet is unbelievable. Some lose their minds, some try to jump. Others starve themselves to forget the torture. I often wonder if, after all, it wouldn't be kinder to flog them.
Left about face? Hey, Dawes. Where do you think you're going?
To the Commandant's garden.
Not anymore. There's been some changes.
That's right, Dawes. From this day on, every man does regular duty. However, if you enjoy your gardening dodge so much, you have permission to continue. Nights and Sunday afternoons on your own time.
Lead off.
must say, I'm surprised to see you here on a Sunday afternoon, Dawes. I really didn't think you'd continue with this. Keep up the good work, man.
Please, Lieutenant, not that one.
One, two, up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It was my rose bush. Rufus Dawes was protecting it from me.
I must admit the whole incident was unfortunate. But I'm afraid I can't unflog the man.
But you can stop him from sending Rufus Dawes to Granite Rock. You're in charge here, Papa.
But I did give certain authority to Lieutenant Frere. It'd be wrong to interfere.
Not even if he made a mistake.
Lieutenant Frere did not make a mistake. Those are very real scars on his face. It would be dangerous to condone a convict's attack on an officer pet.
Let's go. Enjoy your own company, Dawes.
To 1189. Richard I, 1189 to 1199. John, 1199 to 1215. No, 1260. Henry III, 1260.
My love, I wash myself. Tutte love. You wash yourself. Il se lave. He washes himself. Elle se lave. She washes herself.
Nous nous lavons. We wash ourselves. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
I'm positive it's the Ladybird, sir.
Possible she's not due for 3 months. It's the Ladybird, all right.
Does that mean that we're returning home to England?
No, Governor Arthur is closing the settlement here at Macquarie Harbour. Its distance from Hobart Town has rendered it inconvenient and uneconomical. All convicts will be transferred to Port Arthur.
Then we'll be stationed there, near Hobart Town?
It appears the governor wants us within hail.
And he'll be visiting us from time to time at this new place?
I imagine so, my dear. And your visiting Hobart Town won't be completely out of the question.
When do we leave?
By the end of the month.
That's just 3 weeks.
You should eat more meat, Richard.
I know, Mother. But I don't have any.
Then you must curtail your physical activity somewhat.
I can't do that, Mother. I must build myself up. I must get strong enough to swim in the current with these irons.
I know you love sport, Richard, but surely that's dangerous.
Now, I wonder what is the best method to preserve my sanity. Should I continue to talk to you, even though I know you're an hallucination?
What is this dreadful place? You told me that you were going to India to find your fortune.
They say that a madman who knows he is mad is close to sanity. But how do I get rid of you?
I haven't been to India. But I certainly never imagined it like this.
11 squared is 121. 12 squared is 144. 13 squared is 169. 14 squared is 196. 15 squared is 225. 16 squared.
I'll sail on the Ladybird with the main body of soldiers and prisoners. Lieutenant Frere, I'm charging you with the final dismantling of the convict settlement here.
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Vickers and Sylvia will remain here, and will sail with you on the Osprey. I need time to arrange suitable accommodation for them. I'll leave you with a corporal's guard and some prisoners as a crew. You should be able to ready the Osprey and have her at sea with 10 convicts.
I can do it with 5, sir. I know how to get double work out of them.
Mr. Best, you will pilot the Osprey. And I'm glad that my wife and child will be in good hands.
But I'll never have a better chance to escape. If I can get on the Osprey work crew.
No, Jack. Frere is in charge of the Osprey.
Oh, what can he do? He'll only have a few soldiers, a woman and a little child.
Don't be a fool. After the Malabar mutiny, he'll be waiting for something like that.
Dawes warned them on the Malabar. We'd have pulled it off.
They'll hang you this time, Jack.
And if they catch me?
You won't have me on board to get Frere out of the way.
This time, Sarah, my love, I have a better way to handle Frere.
Oh.
No more. First, I want an explanation.
Of why I want to kiss you?
You know what I mean. You said you'd come back to Glasgow in 2 weeks. I waited for you.
I know, Jenny. I wanted to come back. I still do.
But it's been almost 2 years. If there's some reason you can't come back to me, Richard, please tell me. I'll understand.
There is a reason. But I seem to have forgotten. All I remember is that somehow I can't come back to you.
Please try, Richard. We had such fun together.
Richard? Why do you call me Richard?
My name is Rufus
This is all we found, sir. There's no way a man in short irons can get down from Grummet.
There is one way, sir.
Suicide or attempted escape?
Doesn't much matter. He couldn't swim 5 yards in those irons. How much speed can you get out of this ship, Mr. Best?
Depends on the wind, of course, Mr. Frere. Why?
Major Vickers anticipated a 10-day gap between the Ladybird and the Osprey. I intend to cut that by at least 2 days. Hey, you! You, Rex! If those stores aren't loaded in time, I'll see that you're the one who goes hungry aboard.
Come on, move it on up there, come on. Put your leg into it.
Fishing, Miss Olivia. I'm going to catch you a nice fresh fish for your dinner tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Frere. I don't much like fish, but since you didn't know that, you are being kind.
Captain Best,
Yes, Mrs. Vickers.
the storm's been over for some time now. When are we sailing?
Not until tonight, ma'am. We have to wait until the tide is up. Perhaps we'll make up some of the time with good winds.
The ship's ours.
Mr. Dawes. You've killed him.
He's not dead. I never touched him.
What can he be doing out here? Oh, Mr. Frere, what are we going to do? How can we sleep at night?
I don't think we'll have that worry for long. He's almost dead now.
No, we mustn't let him die.
Nobody wants him to die. But how can we feed him? We haven't got enough food for ourselves.
I'll nurse him. Mr. Dawes. Mr. Dawes. I'm your nurse, and you have to do everything I say. Now eat this piece of meat.
Thank you, Miss Sylvia. You were my guardian angel.
Good morning, Mrs. Vickers. A little cooler this morning.
It's the 4th morning on this beach, Mr. Frere.
Enjoy it, Mrs. Vickers. I doubt you'll see many more. As soon as the Major realizes.
You really think so, Mr. Frere? I'd have thought it'll be weeks before they even suspect.
Hey, you! Dawes, come away from there. What do you think you're doing?
Checking the stores. Sylvia told me John Rex put you ashore with provisions. At the lot?
He left me this. And my tinder box. And I'm in charge of the supplies. You're not to come near here again without my permission.
Water's limited. Is there a stream nearby?
I haven't found one yet.
Then we'd better find one. And make containers to catch rainwater.
Anyway, there's enough food and water to last us for 2 weeks.
4 weeks, Mr. Frere. You're not in the officer's mess now. This'll keep the wind out at night. You'll be as warm as a bear.
He's quite well behaved, don't you think, Mr. Frere?
Just don't lower your guard. A chap like that always has something up his sleeve.
He seems sincere. Perhaps Providence sent him to help us.
Don't get carried away with that, Dawes. We'll be leaving here in a couple of days.
That's impossible.
I've made my decision. We're going back to the settlement at Sarah Island. We'll wait there for help.
I came that way. You saw me when I got here. Do you really recommend that journey for the ladies?
Mr. Dawes! Mr. Dawes!
Over here, Sylvia.
Mama said to give you these. They belong to Captain Best.
Thank your mother for me.
Aren't you going to put it on?
I can't.
The ancient Britons were little better than barbarians. They painted their bodies with woad.
I know. That's blue.
And and seated in their light coracles of skin, stretched upon slender wooden frames, must have presented a wild and savage appearance.
What's a coracle?
I think it means curricle, Sylvia. It's a type of carriage.
No, Mr. Frere, it says coracle.
It's a kind of boat.
Can't we make a coracle?
Never. We haven't any tools. And even if we did, we haven't any skins. And even then...
There may be a way, Princess.
I knew we could. How?
I almost forgot. It's your own private cup. See if it'll hold water. What kind of a man are you, Frere? You enjoy torturing a child.
I don't believe in filling people with false hopes.
False hopes, Mr. Frere? One thing I've learned. When they're the only kind left, you'd best hang on to them. God. Oh, don't move for a moment. Doesn't feel like anything's broken.
Just a slight sprain, probably. I'll be right.
That ankle is going to need a couple of days' rest.
Mr. Dawes. Do you think that we'll ever leave this terrible coast? I think I can face the thought of perishing. Sylvia?
Your husband is probably out searching for you right now.
Oh. Yes, you're right, of course. The Major won't let us down.
What do you think it'll take?
Hard to say. She took quite a buffeting in that
Damn,
storm.
it's almost impossible to keep control of 350 convicts here, and it'll be another 2 weeks before we get to Hobart Town.
You could cut the prisoners' rations.
That's not the only problem. The Osprey will get to Hobart Town long before we do, and my wife will be frantic with worry.
Maybe we'll see you going by.
I doubt it. Captain Best will probably keep them farther out to sea to avoid the reefs.
I've worked it all out, Princess. I just may be able to build you a coracle.
Mama! Mr. Dawes is going to make a coracle for us.
I'm going to need hides, thread, and tallow. See that island over there? I think it's the island of wild goats. And if it is, I can get all the skins I need there.
You'll never make it. That channel can be ferocious. And it must be at least a mile.
There is one problem, though. I'm going to have to kill Robinson Crusoe.
Kill the goat?
Oh, Mr. Dawes, no!
It's too far for me to swim. So I'll need Robinson Crusoe's skin to help me float there. And I'll need gut to make a noose to trap the other goats.
I'm sorry, Princess. It's the only way. Light a fire for me at dusk to give me a beacon to follow when I come back.
Sure you want to try it, Dawes? What if you don't get back?
Don't try following me. The ladies aren't to be left alone. You're right.
You make it, Dawes. I'll ask for a commendation for you when we get back.
Commendation? Nonsense. A free pardon.
Yes, nonsense. A free pardon.
Yes, by God. You'll have earned it, man.
Can you see Mr. Dawes yet?
He's only been gone a couple of hours.
Mama wants to see him. She's quite ill.
Dawes is the doctor. What's the matter with her?
She's dizzy.
I'll look after her. Dawes! Did you get the goats?
Skins are down by the rocks. And I brought some of the meat. How's Mrs. Vickers?
Not well at all.
Dawes! Mama was frantic, but I told her you'd come back. It's because I made you a charm. See, it has your initials on one side, and on the other side there's a fly. A fowl.
A filfet.
Yes, that's it. An ancient symbol of good luck.
Skins will dry if we stop.
We've been going day and night.
They made me work day and night.
Maybe you've got muscles of iron.
Or maybe it was the cat. It's wonderful what spirit the cat gives a man.
Good Mr. Dawes, good Mr. Dawes, this is the work of good Mr. Dawes. Did you like my poem?
It wasn't a poem. It didn't rhyme.
You are disagreeable, sir, and I won't play with you any more.
You know something, Dawes? Till this moment, I didn't really believe it would happen. But now, by God. Strange, isn't it, how such a collection of hide and twigs can be the difference between life and death?
Or between one way of life and another.
Mr. Dawes, Mama has come to see the boat.
You are a remarkable man, Mr. Dawes.
And you shall be rewarded. Kneel, Mr. Dawes. I dub thee Sir Rufus the Remarkable. Arise, Sir Rufus.
Mr. Dawes.
You insolent beggar! Keep your place! He's a strange fellow. You never know what he's going to do next.
Had a fever for 2 days. She doesn't even recognize me.
We should have stayed on the beach.
Mrs. Vickers wouldn't have made it.
What chance does she have now? We're all finished. We'll either starve or drown.
I don't see anything. What are you doing, you idiot? Stay near the shore, there's nothing out there!
There it is! A sail!
They're too far away, they'll never see us.
What are you going to do?
Neck or nothing now. They don't see us, we're finished anyway. They're changing course. They've seen us!
You go forward. I'll take the tiller.
What'd you have done if we hadn't come along?
Kept sailing on to Hobart Town.
Not in that hunk of dry goat skin, you wouldn't.
When we hauled her aboard, she came apart like a mess of wet seaweed.
Right, you, Dawn, don't move. The rest of you stand to one side. Hey, Milt, what the hell you think you're doing? On your feet. Now step forward to the door.
Why?
Lieutenant Frere has told us who you are. An escaped convict.
But he promised me a pardon.
A pardon? For a man who tried to kill them?
Captain! Mrs. Vickers. Ask her, she heard him.
Mrs. Vickers was very ill when she came on board, you know that. She died about an hour ago.
And that was when Freya told you the story.
The little girl. Ask her. She'll tell you he's lying.
I imagine she'll say whatever you've told her to say. Lieutenant Frere says the child is terrified of you.
Come in, sir. You must be the Reverend Meakin. The Major says you was to be made comfortable. Might I take your umbrella, sir?
Thank you. No.
I'll fetch Miss Sylvia.
I had a French tutor for a while, but he was sent back to prison for stealing.
Back to prison.
Oh, he was a very clever man. He wrote for the London magazine.
How did a man like that come to be transported?
Poisoning his niece, I think. But I forget the particulars. Oh, he was a very gentlemanly man. But such a drunkard.
Sylvia, the most extraordinary thing has happened. Oh, Mr. Meakin, sorry I was delayed. Do sit down. This is my daughter's fiancé, Captain Morris Freer. Morris, would you give Mr. Meakin a sherry?
We'll all join you, Reverend. One needs bucking up on a day like this.
They caught the mutineers. Well, 4 of them anyway. They're in the bay at this moment.
You said 4. Where are the others?
The 2 who were responsible for the murder of Captain Best were hanged in England. The rest haven't been found.
Excuse me, Major Vickers, but to what are you alluding?
Sorry, Reverend. It was the piracy of a convict brig 8 years ago. The scoundrels put my poor wife and Sylvia ashore. If it hadn't been for Mr. Freer, God bless him.
Oh, yes, I heard the story in town. I must say you've earned your promotion and your appointment as magistrate. And as for your real reward, none but the brave, you know. None but the brave deserves the fair.
Something wrong, Poppet?
I was trying to recollect, but I can't. I just get confusion in an open ocean.
Don't think about it now, dear.
Thank you for coming, Morris. Sherry?
Your note said urgent. What do you want?
Morris, you were once very fond of me. I want you to do me a favor.
Favor? What do you call this precious house and all that's in it?
A transport came in this morning. John Rex is aboard her.
And you want to see him one more time before he hangs? Is that it?
I want you to save his life.
You must be mad.
You're a magistrate. You have influence. Please, Morris. I'll do anything. His death would be of no use. Let him live, Morris, please. He didn't kill you when he had the chance.
He left us to die on that cursed coast. And for that, I mean to see him hang.
If John Rex hangs, so will I. Because I will kill you myself. Go ahead. You're very brave with defenseless men and weak women. I haven't been your mistress, God forgive me, without learning you by heart. I'll go to Sylvia Vickers and tell her everything I know about you.
Don't you dare speak her name.
You kill my love, and I will ruin yours.
Men have murdered women like you. Now I understand why. All right. I'll give favorable testimony. But they may hang him anyway. And I hope they do.
Look through the door, Poppet. If you don't recognize anyone, there's no point in putting you in the witness box. Look to the left, Poppet. The man in the raised dock.
No, I don't recognize any of them.
The witness will identify himself.
Rufus Dawes. Prisoner of the Crown.
At the penal settlement of Port Arthur.
Yes.
You are here to identify the prisoners in the box. Can you do so? Mr. Dawes, I asked you a question.
I began to remember something terrible. Oh, Papa, take me away from here.
Order! The courtroom must come to order!
Who's that with Major Vickers?
His daughter.
Sylvia Vickers. He told me she was dead.
Your Honor! Gentlemen! I have something to say. There's been a serious injustice done, Your Honor. They told me Sylvia Vickers and her mother died from the fever.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
That man lied. He owes me a pardon. Put him in the box and let him tell his story in front of Sylvia and me.
As I understand it, Miss Vickers was indeed very ill from the fever and has lost all memory of the entire incident. But whatever the merits of your case, this court is not the place for accusations against Captain Freer. He is not on trial here, nor, for that matter, are you. If you have suffered an injustice, the authorities will hear your complaint and redress it.
Your Honor, I've written to the governor requesting an inquiry, but the letters were stopped. Now, this may be the only chance that I have.
Good. An inquiry is the only way to handle a matter. I've no further questions, bailiff. Call the next.